Good morning, Facebook. I just want to talk to y'all real quick about churches that joke a little bit too much. Recently, I've been going to a service at a church, and I'm seeing some stuff that ain't cool. Now, I've been to a lot of churches here in Augusta, Georgia, and a lot of churches be talking about, you need to sit down and learn, and you need, learn the vision, and sit down and sit down. I'm tired. Look, I'm tired of sitting down. God done told me it's my season to go forth. It ain't my season to sit down. Sit down don't sound like going forth. Sit down don't have nothing to do. Don't mean nothing about going forth. Going forth. Going forth. Excuse me. Going forth don't mean sit down. You got churches that's always talking about. They're always talking about all kind of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say they joke too much, it's like, the times you ought not to be playing, you playing. You don't joke about prayer. You don't get up and be speaking in tongues like it's a joke. Like the Holy Ghost ain't unctioning you to speak in tongues. You playing that's close to blaspheme. How you do that? How you so comfortable with playing with the Holy Ghost like that? And just joking. I'm sitting in the background like, and then when you ask to get up and pray, you playing around. Now see, it's like I come to the church and all of a sudden, I'm trying to get in with the ministry and do the work God called me to do. And I get in there and now I got to sit down. And this been like every church I've been to in Augusta and surrounding areas. This ain't out. This, if it's in Georgia, put it like that. If it's in Georgia or Georgia period, I have to go through this with different churches all the time, and it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, joking a little bit too much, and then I got to sit down. But you got folk in the same ministry as got, sweet boogers. You know what I'm saying? Boogers is sweet. Homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? I know these are homosexuals. And you got leaders with competition spirits. But because you don't want me to preach, or you don't want me to do nothing in the church, the only reason you don't want me to say nothing or do nothing because you recognize what I possess, you recognize what I operate out of, or what I operate in, and you recognize I'm going to expose you if I start preaching. I'm going to say what really God is saying. I'm going to really say what God is saying, and that's going to knock a lot of y'all faking the funk out the way. You're going to uncover a lot of crooked stuff that's going on in that church. That's why they didn't want me to say nothing. I know what I'm talking about because I did a song called Preachers Under Strong Delusion, where I be like, you don't want me to preach because you know I'm going to expose you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much false stuff going on. They joking a little bit too much in the church. A little bit too much to me. All that fake Holy Ghost talking, that ain't the Holy Ghost. I don't care what you teach. You got to have balance. You can't joke something wrong with you. No, man. I done heard it all in ministry, man. I have literally heard it all in ministry. So y'all need to just stop with the foolishness and stop playing like don't nobody know what you're doing. You playing games. You are like literally playing games. And like you telling me to sit down. God getting ready to tell some of y'all to sit down. But I ain't want to make this a long-winded video. I just wanted to let y'all know that I see what you're doing. And y'all want to talk about that too. When folk get delivered in the church, why would you, go behind their back and joke about that? Joke about how somebody got delivered, how they coughed up, how they spit up, make inside shots, inside pop shots, throw shade on somebody that got delivered in the church. Man, God will end up killing some of y'all, man. You playing. You know, that's one thing you don't mock is God's ministry of deliverance. You do that. That's the ministry of Yeshua. That's all he talked about when he walked in the 4 Gospels in the Bible. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, and he's anointed me to preach the acceptable year of deliverance. Isaiah chapter 60. Like, I think it's 64 or 61 of them. But I know it's in Isaiah. And that's all he did later on. So I just want to let that be, just let you know, God is not pleased, man. I ain't just saying that like it's a cliche, like a lot of y'all be posting on Facebook, God is not pleased. Or how y'all be joking when y'all be saying God is not pleased. No, for real, I know for a fact God is not pleased. So I'm just going to take my gifts and I'm going to take my anointing and go elsewhere where it's not taken for a joke. Y'all be blessed because y'all joke.